We're back, people, and today we're breaking a film on the Miami Dolphins defense versus the New England Patriots. Had another strong day. This one was, more expected. The Patriots have the second worst offense in the league, and I think they went out there, did a pretty good job, only giving up 10 points, and, 7 of those came off of a turnover where they started good territory. They gave up too many explosive runs, like this one, the touchdown. The run defense can still be better. I think that's an area where they definitely need to improve. But I like a lot of the things Weaver did in this game, how he brought a lot of blitzes and different pressure looks, especially with no Jalen Phillips. Now you don't have Phillips or Chubb this season, your edge rushers from last year. So you're down to some backups who maybe aren't going to win as many one-on-ones, so you have to bring different looks. And I thought he did a great job doing that. I thought it was Kader Kohu's best game on defense, so got to give Kohu his credit for having his best game of the season after a struggle of a start. I thought some other guys went out there and made some nice plays. I liked what Marcus May brought to the defense at safety. Obviously, Javon Holland got hurt, which is tough. We don't know how long it's going to be. I think it was reported like a week-to-week thing, so might see him in a few weeks if I had to guess. I thought, some other players went out there and did a pretty good job. But just the run defense definitely needs to be tightened up. And I think if they tighten up the run defense, they still only give 10 points while giving up a decent amount of running plays because they were able to get so much pressure and stop the passing game down. But this is 2 weeks in a row where teams just literally didn't even try to throw the ball against Miami, and they just ran the ball pretty much the entire time. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond to that. I think, it's something they can live with. I loved how Ramsey played versus the run. I think, with no Holland, they're going to do less of those 3 safety sets, obviously, and then put Ramsey in the slot even more. They did a decent amount in this game. It will be interesting to see how, I think Marcus May and Elijah Campbell, with both of the, Poyer and Holland hurt, will have to play. I think you can still win with them out there, safety play. As long as your guys on the back end can play with some discipline, you can still find some success. But overall, pretty good day from them. It's not I wouldn't say it was their best day defensively because they were going against the worst, second worst offense behind Miami's. But the Dolphins were clearly the better team. Got after Brissett the whole game. Look how they instantly, got pressure on him. And they're doing this off play action. I think they created a lot of interior pressure in this game, like Sealer, Benito Jones. Benito Jones was creating pressure in this game, which was good too. Calais. They were creating interior pressure, which definitely helps. And then once they created that interior pressure, Og was able to clean it up with the sack, everyone getting after it. Jordan Brooks was getting blitzed a lot. I liked how much we blitzed the linebackers, especially because the linebackers, their strengths don't really lie in the coverage part of their games. So, getting them downhill, I think, is a nice little thing that they've been doing. And then look at the blitz look at the pressure they're showing here pre-snap. This is another sack on Brissett. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys potentially showing a blitz look. And then look how everyone drops. They drop Chop into coverage. I know people were talking about how pretty much bad Chop has been playing. I don't think he's been bad as people think. He definitely needs to improve, don't get me wrong. Especially when it comes to his balance and I think his pass rush repertoire. But he still made some plays in this game. They drop him to coverage. They drop long, and then Brooks kind of shows up late just to make sure this left guard doesn't cheat back to this side. So then now you bring 4 off the defense's left, offense's right here, and basically it's still a 4-on-4 to this side because they slide to the right, but it's a running back that has to block a potential edge defender or linebacker. Ogba loops around. Everyone's just confused. Sealer's able to win super quickly, and everyone just converges on Brissett really, really nicely. So love the play call there. But got to be able to set the edge. This one, in my opinion, is on Ogba, who's played pretty well, but he just gets sucked inside. He sees this tight end's first step is to the inside like that, so he tries to squeeze down. But what he's identified too late is that there was a pulling offensive lineman coming to his side, the guard there, and he's not able to regain the outside, and that's his responsibility. Once he gets stuck there, and then Jordan Brooks, it's unfortunate because I think look, Jordan Brooks wins his battle here because I think Jordan Brooks is trying to scrape over the top, but once he does that, it's he got pulled down or something. I don't know, he either lost balance or the tight end kind of pulled him down by the back there. Could have been potential holding, but Ogba's got to contain that outside. And then once they get to the second level, there was some poor tackling. Marcus May missed a tackle there. Other than that, he played a really good game. And then Holland missed, unfortunately, and they had that big run. So cleaning up some of the big run because for the most part, throughout the season, they're having a lot of run stuffs, keeping it between, 3 to 4 yards. And then they'll have that run that goes for 20. but they were getting a lot of holding calls. They were winning so quickly. Here's Benito Jones winning again and getting upfield. I liked how Benito Jones played in this game. He was being disruptive, at least in the passing game. I liked seeing him show that as a nose tackle. Dolphins came out with like these looks where they played more of, the base package where they have 3 down linemen. They actually come out in like a base 3-4 like look. And Benito Jones, they see the play action. He just gets upfield. He draws the hold. Brissett, he's forced to chuck it down. But then just getting those holding calls really hurt the Patriots because they were having a trouble, going back and winning from it. But there was a couple of situations where I think the Dolphins gave up too many like 2nd and long or 3rd and longs to make things manageable. Like this is 2nd and long. Patriots go empty. This is where the Dolphins can find some trouble, I think, with communication. Because clearly the Dolphins are like in a quarters look, so they're playing quads down in like almost the red zone area. So he's playing quarter right there. You got your hook defender. He's like the flat right here, curl flat. Once number 2 breaks to the inside, Kohu's reading through this. So Kohu sees this break to the inside. He breaks outside. So Kohu passes that off. And then basically it's just slightly late. Like Walker sees that he should be passing this off a little bit too late. 3 breaks to the inside. And it just gets in between the triangle of defenders. Puts a tough task on the safety to break down on that. And they get the completion over the top of it. So just being slightly better at passing things off, being in the right position. Because if Walker just holds that inside position a little bit longer and he has to wait, then Holland could potentially drive on that and be in a better spot to make a play at the catch point. So just doing those types of things better. Great play here from Kohu, this open field tackle. Kohu's always been pretty good getting down on like screens and stuff. So this is just like a late check down to the swing. He identifies it, takes out the legs of Stevenson, really shut down that drive. So good plays from Kohu. He was good in man coverage too. Cater has always been better in man coverage. This time he turns his head around. Last week he got that PI. But he does a good job technique, staying square. Look at him, inch back. He's staying square as long as possible. I don't think the Dolphins corners were really super threatened by a lot of the Patriots receivers. Kohu played a lot on the outside because of, Ramsey going to the nickel on this side. He gets isolated back, square, then open up your hips, stab with the inside hand to that shoulder, armpit area, then stay in phase. Once you're in phase, you see the receiver turn his head. You turn your head, you're in the right spot to turn, away from the receiver to locate the football. You squeeze him to the sideline. Like that was textbook coverage from Kohu. So he gets a lot of slack within the fan base, which was fair. But also, I think, if he plays well, you got to give him credit there too, which was what he did. Just good job. Here, get a little pump fake. Like it's a 3rd and short. It's like a 3rd and 3 situation. Looks like he might try to throw it underneath. Think we do a good job here squeezing David Long, potentially. He almost take himself out of the play, but then Brooks also squeezes it after he does a little pump fake. They have pressure on Brissett. They get after him, force a throwaway. Everyone's, hustling to the ball. I thought the defense played with heart. Also pretty funny, like, I believe it goes to the sideline, and if you watch Tyus Bowser, he caught it right here. Starts taking off like he got the interception. Pretty funny. I remember laughing about that during the actual game. But just great pressures. I mean, the Patriots O-line was beat up, but the Dolphins have been creating pressure all season. You look at, I believe this is Calais right there. Look at him just collapse that pocket, bully 51, get him to the back. Chop is able to get some pressure on the interior. You have the linebackers kind of looping around. I believe that's Anthony Walker, just getting in throwing lanes, making the quarterbacks uncomfortable. I loved all the different blitz looks. Here was Chop's QB hit. It was another 3rd down situation. They run a stunt with him. I want to see Chop used in different ways. One, they keep having him play mostly as a right end. I actually think he looks more comfortable on this side over here. So I think he should be moved, mainly play on this side. Doesn't need to be only there. And I would love to see him standing up, where David Long's standing up here, or standing up in the A gap. Get more of those usage where he can beat these interior offensive linemen more with his speed. But here he gets chipped by the linebacker, so they're giving him some attention. And then he just loops around, finds the lane, able to squeeze through this, show some good core strength to work through 2 offensive linemen. They kind of run it into each other, and then he gets a hit on Brissett and forces the miss down the field. So good job there from Chop. Got to give credit on the positive plays. But there was just too many run stuff. Like Deshaun Hand gets taken out by the double team. It kind of just starts here. They're working some gap scheme, downhill power. This guy's pulling through. Deshaun Hand just gets taken out of the gap. Puts this now this guy does a great job as the left tackle. He does that and then takes out David Long. Once that happens, like Jordan Brooks has to take on the puller, and now it just creates like this beautiful. It's just blocked up perfectly, and it basically starts up front with Deshaun Hand. He's got to be able to take on, not get moved out of the way that much by the double team, but he's also got to be able to uh, potentially hold on to double team a little bit longer, so your linebackers can shoot and get upfield. So, in my opinion, some of those big runs created, it was a mix of edge defenders, defensive tackles, linebackers, just playing better within the run fits. I thought they'd done a pretty good job stopping the run when they allowed the DBs to get involved, like when they have like Ramsey or Holland or Marcus May play the near the line of scrimmage. I thought they've done a pretty good job. They try to take a deep shot here, roll play action. Love the hustle from everyone. David Long, Ramsey trying to make the throw as tough as possible. Dolphins in the secondary, like they rotate into like a cover three. This is a tough ass too, because if you look where Marcus May is here pre-snap. This is a great play by May. Holland rotates down. May has to get to single high. Once he does that, he is pointing, communicating, like, look, this guy's going out there. This guy breaks back across his face. He has to center field turn out of it, get back in perfect position, adjust, locate the ball, and then make a play at the catch point. That was beautiful work from May, not to allow a big touchdown there. And then I just loved all the pressure looks the Dolphins got. Like, they show this blitz pre-snap, allow your guys to get downhill. You have David Long knife to the inside there. It gets Jordan Brooks this free lane. The running back has to cover relay, forces Brissett to step up and really force this ball. And then May is in a good spot to make a play. And also, he missed his target there, but was in a pretty good defense position, playing cover one on the back end. So good work there from Dolphins defense. I've really enjoyed what I've seen from Anthony Weaver, especially considering he really only was a defensive coordinator once, and it wasn't really his defense that he was running. So it's nice to see how quickly he's done a good job, and we can see potential growth even in the future. Dolphins came down and were starting to tackle pretty well, especially later on when these types of situations is a third and short. Throw it down into the flat and Stevenson. Stevenson's tough to tackle in the open field, and you just do a good job by Brooks and Kohu to finish that. And Anthony Walker rallies to the ball too. Big plays to get those stops. Also, Jalen Ramsey, like I was talking about, when Ramsey can play the nickel, he helps with the run so much. One, he identifies the run super quickly, like he's blitzing here. He's able to see the pullers happen. He slips the pullers block, help make that tackle with everyone else. Like, really good work across, the line there, run fit wise. Ramsey's very comfortable. That's why I know Kohu's not super natural on the outside, but I think having Ramsey play the nickel and being able to help in the run fits can help out this defense a lot. And also, him getting after the quarterback blitzing gets him, more involved. Because sometimes when you're outside corner and you're one of the better players, they can pretty much ignore you, pretty easily. But when you're playing that slot, it's very difficult to ignore. This is one of the plays where the final drive where they're going downfield, Kohu gets called for holding. So this was the penalty he had. Definitely, I understand why it was called. It was also one of those ones where it could have gone either way, in my opinion. He hooks him a little bit, but it wasn't anything egregious as a holding call. But he still played it pretty well. But yeah, I mean, that stuff's going to happen. Gets some decent time there, gets hit. Good job there from Jordan Brooks. Continues with, beating an offensive lineman. Brooks had a good game, especially as a blitzer. He's getting a lot of pressures. And then by this point in the game, I believe it's just Elijah Campbell. And yeah, Elijah Campbell's down here. Marcus May's playing deep. So those are your safeties. And it will be interesting to see how they play as a duo. I'll probably get some videos on them. But some of the Patriots really moved the ball down the field with runs. I know the Dolphins are expecting pass in this situation. They're up 5. It's, about 2 minutes left. And then the Patriots start running the ball. Give up too many long plays in these situations. This was another one where I'm not sure. I think this, I'm not quite sure what Ramsey's doing. He's on the number 2 here. They're empty. He's on the 2 receiver side. So this is 3 receiver side. He's got to know the linebacker is cheating over the 3 receiver side. They're matched up basically across the board with help over the top. And Ramsey's just playing hard outside leverage, giving up all of this middle of the field. And he's got to squeeze that better. And that really could have cost him the game because that was a huge play. The Dolphins got them into a very long situation. And then they made the 3rd down manageable and they converted very, very easily and actually gained a big chunk. Here was the touchdown, the one that they almost got screwed on. I mean, by rule, it's not a touchdown. But also, I could see the rule being different and it easily being a touchdown. But by rule, it's not a touchdown. Dolphins go Tampa 2 down in the red zone, and it's just a good play call. You have to get pressure here quickly. They run the delay here. He's basically the middle linebacker has to carry the number 3. Jalen Polk hesitates. Walker's late to recognize it. Elijah Campbell's in a tough spot because he's playing as like a deep half defender. He sees the corner route, but he's got to stay a little more to the middle of the field. So it's like Walker and Campbell both could have played this slightly better, but they got lucky in that situation that one wasn't a touchdown. And then they bring the blitz look on 3rd and goal. Get after it. Jordan Brooks is able to come in unblocked. Right tackle's put in a tough spot there, trying to with Ogba and stuff, and forces a throwaway. Love the blitz looks. They do another one. Bring the blitz. You get Elijah Campbell unblocked this time, getting after it. Everyone else is kind of working. There's Chop right there, playing man-to-man on the back end. This one could have been dangerous because look at this right here. Look at Hunter Henry just literally PIs Marcus Mace so hard, just throws him to the ground, so that could have been bad. Ramsey plays it well, though, too. Ramsey makes up for it with the good spot there. I feel like the Dolphins played pretty good man-to-man coverage against the Patriots receivers. And the Patriots don't have any world beaters at receivers, but I thought, like, Kendrick Bourne's their best guy, but he's coming off the torn ACL. Jalen Polk is a rookie. I thought, Pop Douglas is not bad. It's not like they have the worst receiver room in the league. There's definitely... It's not the strongest, though, either, but I liked how the Dolphins played man-to-man. I wouldn't mind, with the injuries, if the Dolphins took more of a, this heavy blitz approach, a little more man-to-man played than zone than they have been throughout the, the first 4 games, especially with some of the guys that are out. I think certain players are comfortable with it. Going back to, like, the Flores era, like, we still have some of the same players here that can run that, and then some guys that, weren't there for that, but also I think can play it. So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.